first of all, thank you for coming. You made it halfway through your freshman year, okay? And as people that has been in education for quite a while, Mr. Cleveland, Ms. Gossett, Mr. Elwood will all tell you this, you will be seniors before you know it. It'll be like that, and then you'll be beginning your senior year. Some of you don't believe me right now. As freshmen, we never do. But every year, we have freshmen, as they get older, come back as seniors and juniors. And Mr. Spaulding, I wish I'd have tried my freshman year. We hear every year. You think you have all the time in the world to get your high school diploma as a freshman. What we're here today to help you is prepare the road so you can have a successful senior year. But you got to take care of business now. Okay? We understand there's COVID. We understand there's teachers in, out, students in, out. Okay? But you have to take care of your business starting now. If you didn't take care of your business starting first semester, it's not too late. You can get it turned around. But if you don't start trying to your senior year, ladies and gentlemen, it's probably too late. Okay? So first of all, thanks for coming. Congratulations on getting through the first semester of your high school career. What we're going to do today is we're going to talk about big things, okay, as a group. And then within the coming weeks, me and Mrs. Kunda will come into your English classrooms, and then we'll start talking specific individual questions. Well, Mrs. Spaulding, I don't understand this, and I don't understand that. That'll be the time we'll clean it all up, okay? And at that time, we'll physically go in. You'll have this yellow form filled out after I talk about it. Bring that yellow form back to your English class the days that we're going to talk to you, and we're physically going to put it into Power School. So you are physically going to put your request in. Okay? That way it's right. That way I can't make a mistake when I put it in. Okay? Fair enough? So first big thing is the white sheet. And the front, it's got a little bit of color on it. I want you to look at that. If you have older brothers and sisters, aunts, uncles, whatever it might be, who graduated under I-STEP, that is not you anymore. You do not graduate under I-STEP. You will not take an I-STEP test. Okay? You are not required to take an I-STEP test to graduate. You have to graduate under what's called a pathway. Okay, the easiest way to explain a pathway, think of 3 buckets. First bucket, get your credits. You have to do that anyway. Okay, you can see it across the top. Number 1, get your credits. Think of that as a bucket. Pass your classes. Get back into the classes you didn't pass last semester. Okay? Bucket number 2, learn and demonstrate employability skills. If you're attending Delta High School, you're going to do a project in English 9 this semester, I believe, that is a project-based learning that will help you check off box 2. If you're in any kind of extracurricular activities, sports, FFA, band, choir, things like that, that also can qualify you. Okay? So that's bucket number 2. Bucket number 3 is you have to demonstrate the knowledge you have learned here at Delta High School. That may be hitting the benchmarks for the SAT test, which you will take your junior year. That may be hitting the benchmarks for the ASVAB test you will take your sophomore, junior year, okay, if needed. Now, ASVAB, for those of you who don't know, ASVAB is a military test. Are we trying to push you into the military? No. Okay, hear me when I say that. If that's your choice, great, awesome, we'll support you. But we're not trying to force you into the military. ASVAB is a test the state says we can give you, and it's free, that you can show that you're ready to graduate. Okay? And then another one I've talked about just briefly because it gets a little cloudy, a little muddy really quick. It's called concentrators. Okay? The state has recognized I'm not a good test taker. So if I take 3 courses within my 4 years, that's called a concentrator. That helps you graduate. Okay? Fair enough? Turn it over on the back. All of you, right now, are on the Core 40 diploma. okay? Unless we've talked individually, and I see you're already in Spanish 2 and you're already in geometry, I went ahead and changed you to academic honors or technical honors. All of you start on the Core 40 diploma. That is the section on the left. As you look at that, you're going to take English all 4 years, both semester. Speech is considered an English credit. Okay? Everybody hear me what I said? Speech is considered an English credit. So your senior year, you can take English 12 semester 1, speech semester 2, and that counts as your 2 credits for English. Okay? Core 40 diploma allows you to go straight from Delta High School to any 4-year university. And yes, that includes Ball State. Okay? But that is what the Core 40 diploma is set up for. Some of you, probably more than half of you, are going to bump up and go to academic honors diploma or technical honors diploma. Great. Go for it. Okay? The difference, academic honors, you got to have 3 full years of a world language, and you have a GPA requirement. Everything has to be above a 3.0 or above. Okay? Technical honors is similar, but not quite. It doesn't have the world language requirement. It has some more certifications kind of settings. Mr. Curry's classes fall under the technical honors classes. Okay? So you can see there you've got 6 years of math while in high school. And I want to explain this because this is always a question we get a lot. If you took algebra in 8th grade, okay, you have to have 3 more years while in grades 9 through 12. Okay, so for their Core 40 diploma, if you took algebra in 8th grade, you have to complete geometry, algebra 2, and pre-calculus while here in high school. Okay, fair enough? It gets a little confusing. We count your 8th grade algebra as high school credit, but the state says you have to have 3 full years while you're in grades 9 through 12. Okay? You can see you've got 3 full years of science, 3 full years of social studies, your directed electives, which are world languages, fine arts. If you are not in PE this year, you'll have to get through it next year. Keep that in mind. And we do have a Delta high school requirement. You have to take personal finance. What's personal finance? It's one thing when mom and dad gives you $20 and you go blow it, right? They Venmo you $20 and you blow it. It's another thing when you start making money. How do I budget? How do I plan? How do I save? That's what personal finance is. How do I take care of my money that I make? It's something you're going to use the rest of your life. Okay? So that's a Delta high school requirement. And then, as you see, under the Core 40, you've got to get to 46 total credits. Okay? A lot of students get really, really hung up on the 46. It's not just any 46. You got to have the right 46. Okay? You can't just have art, PE, and I don't know. You've got to have the required courses too with the 46. Okay? Off to the right, you can see what differences is for the academic honors. Historically speaking, we have about 50% of you that will pursue the academic honors. We will let you stay on that diploma track as long as we possibly can. If you happen to get a D a semester, we'll give you till second semester your senior year to redo it so you can continue on academic honors. Okay? If you have one bad midterm, doesn't kick you off academic honors. Okay? In this world, I'm only concerned about semester grades. So let's say you get quarantined, you have a bad midterm. It's okay. Breathe. Okay? We have till your senior year to get it rectified. Okay? And then you can see at the bottom, the differences of the technical honors diploma, if that's something that interests you. Specific questions about that? Absolutely. When we come into the English classroom, let us know. That'll be great times. Well, Mr. Swanee, I don't know this and I don't know that. We'll talk about it. Okay? Those are the 3 main diploma types for students your age you need to be concerned about. All right? Now, yellow page, Go ahead and pull up the yellow page, and let's start on the side with algebra, okay? Now, before I start down the boxes here, hopefully all of you are familiar with Canvas, okay? I want to highly encourage you, get on Canvas every day. Click on the class of 25 every day. When we go to communicate with all of you at once, guess how we do it? Canvas. When you become seniors, how are you going to be aware of scholarships? Canvas. You have to be checking your email every day. You have to be checking Canvas every day. With regards to Canvas, you click on the class of 25 page. You will then see, you'll see an area 21-22 school year scheduling info. Okay? For the next 2-3 weeks, you need to be in that section looking, learning, reading. Okay? There's a course description guide there. It tells you specifically what a course is. You look at this yellow sheet and you go, I have no idea what animal science is. The course description guide in Canvas tells you exactly, this is exactly what it is. This is the grade levels that take it. This is how many credits. It works for this diploma. It doesn't work for that diploma. That course description guide helps you a lot. Okay? If your parents are interested, we can get through it through the website also. Mr. Cleveland updated it last year. If you go to Delta High School webpage, don't go to the Corp webpage, go to the high school webpage, hover over for students, hover over guidance and scholarships, and you'll see it pop up, course description guide. Click on that, download it, and there it is. It was up to date and current as of the end of last year. There's a little bit I need to do to it to get it current again, but it's pretty close. It will tell you exactly what you're signing up for. Me personally, I don't ever want you to sign up for a class you don't know what you're signing up for. Go to the course description guide and say, what is Algebra 2? What is Ceramics 1? What is Eagle Zone News? What's yearbook? Mr. Cleveland can tell you that you can learn on yourself, okay? And it'll tell you who can take it, what years, all that stuff, okay? So, again, look at that course description guide before you actually sign up for a course. You know, looking at the algebra block, if you're in Algebra 1 now, the logical progression is our math department expects you to take geometry next. Didn't used to be the case, but it changed, okay? So if you're in Algebra 1 now, you need to go on to geometry. If you're in geometry now, then you go on to Algebra 2. That's the normal progression, okay? And off to the side in these little boxes, when you're done, you should have 14 X's, check marks, whatever it might be. What's the 14? 7 class periods, semester 1, 7 class periods, semester 2. Okay, so when you're done and you go back and check up all your check marks, you gotta have 14, not 12, not 16, 14. Okay, so and what we're going to do is you guys will not turn these in today. Okay, you will bring these back to your English class, and that's when we'll enter it into Power System. Okay, so don't lose this once you get it marked up. We really want you to go home and talk to your parents about this. Okay, we're not coming into English tomorrow. Okay, it'll be a week or 2. All right, so you have some time here. Think, ponder, course description guide, talk with parents, talk with teachers, talk with friends, talk with brothers and sisters. You have some time to get the courses you want. Okay, moving down under algebra, there's your science. Most of you are in biology 1 right now. There's really not a real logical progression in science. You can go a lot of different ways. Just understand you've got to get through chemistry 1 if you want to get to most of our upper level science classes. Okay? I would say most of you will take bio this year. chemistry next year, and then one of our advanced dual credit science classes. Now, if that's not your path, that is fine. You can absolutely take bio, ICP, which is integrated chem and physics. You can certainly go that path. But that's where the course description guide comes back in. What is ICP? It will tell you, okay? It's all right there for you in Canvas. The next bucket box down below that, that is, when I was talking about off the white page, I was talking about concentrators. This spells out concentrators a little bit more clear. Your cohort, which is your class, the class of 25, is under different rules for concentrators. Okay, you have to take 3 full-year classes to satisfy a concentrator. And you'll see there where it says you have to start with the principles class. Okay, meaning the principles class is a prerequisite for the next class. All right, top right is our history section. If you are not in world history and civilization or world geography this year, you need to be in one of them next year. Okay, you have to have one of those 2 courses completed by the end of your sophomore year. Most of you are in one or the other. Okay, if you're in one now, do you have to take the other one next year? No. Nope, you just freed up a spot for something else. Can. Okay, but don't feel like you have to. Okay, so geography or world history civilization, one of those classes completed by the end of your sophomore year. All right? U.S. history, those are junior level classes. I talked briefly on PE. Most of you are going to do PE 1 in health this year. Can you do PE 2 first semester next year and then go on to elective PE waste? Yep, you sure can. If you are in 2 sports in this year, you can see Coach Overholt and he can talk to you about the PE 2 waiver, meaning I've done all this other activity, I can get a waiver so I don't physically have to do the PE 2 course. Okay, so if you're a 2-sport athlete, see Coach Overholt, see myself, see Mrs. Kunda, we can help you with that, but don't just put it on here today. Okay, we'll need proof before we actually get that into your schedule. The next box below just has a couple spots for you. Study hall. Can you take a study hall and have enough time for all your credits? The answer is yes. Okay, as long as you're not failing a lot of classes, you have 56 opportunities in a 4-year span to get your credits. On the Core 40 diploma, you've only got to get to 46 total credits. Excuse me. Yes, you can take a study hall and still get your credits. There is time, there is space, but it doesn't give you much leeway with your other courses. Okay? Down there at the bottom, just in case you don't get into the first 14 classes you pick, we would ask that you put some alternates down. Alternate is, if I can't get into elective PE, let's say, I'm okay taking intro to 2DR, or I'm okay taking nutrition and wellness, or I'm okay taking another class, animal science. Okay, the way the high school gets scheduled to be seniors, so this year's juniors, they will get scheduled first. Then sophomores, then you guys, and then current 8th graders. Sometimes classes get full from seniors and juniors before you guys get to them. That's why we need alternates. Okay? Excuse me. You can flip the yellow page over. Here's where you're going to see our ag classes. Again, you have to take the principal class first. Then you can move on to the other classes. Music is next. There you see the drawing and art. Theater section, business sections. You guys obviously can read and see that. And then we move on to English. If you're thinking honors English for next year, understand we have to have a teacher recommendation. for you to go into there, and you have to have a B at the end of the semester. That's just the honors program requirements. Okay, so if you get a D in an honors English class, we're going to take you out of the honors class and put you into the regular English class. Again, course description guide explains all this. Mr. Cleveland's area, newspaper, yearbook, Eagle Zone News, you guys will be ready for all of those next year, if that's something that interests you. If you are thinking and pursuing that academic honors diploma track, and you're in Spanish 2 right now, sign up for the dual credit Spanish 101, 102. It's the same curriculum as Spanish 3. So you might as well get the dual credit if you're doing the same work. Okay? Another thing here, anytime on our courses, guys, that you see ADV at the beginning of a course title, that is more than likely a dual credit class either through Ivy Tech or Ball State. That's the easiest way to tell what's dual credit and what's not. If you look under the world language area where it says ADV Spanish, CC is college credit, IT is Ivy Tech in Spanish 101. If that's a Ball State course, it'll say advanced, the course, CC for college credit, then it'll say BSU. That's how you know if it's a dual credit class or not. And then you'll see Mr. Graham's and Mr. Curry's courses down below. Guys, I didn't introduce Stephanie, our grad intern. You will see her around the rest of this semester, here and there. You know, there's a possibility, guys, I hope it doesn't happen, but there's a possibility that you're quarantined when we do come to your English classroom. So we may call you down, Stephanie, work with you, get your classes picked out. Okay? Stephanie, what have I missed?
I think we're good.
Okay, we got a couple minutes. Do we have intelligent questions for the group? Yes. Yes, sir. Hold on, guys, so I can hear questions. Yes, sir. Good question. Just so you guys know, the question is, if we're already in an ag class, do we need to go back to principal? What ag class are you in now?
I'm in the ag class.
Yeah. So yes, we would ask you to go back to principal. Yes. Now that doesn't mean that ag power is for nothing. Okay. But for your class and graduation purposes, you have to take principals. Yes. Yes.
If you've already taken interest in the art and you're in a different art class,
Say it again, I couldn't hear you.
if you've already taken interest in the art
Yep.
and you're currently in another art class,
Yep.
that would stay on your class.
Good question. Guys, the question is about our art classes, okay? All of our art classes are semester-only classes. So let's say you wanted to sign up for Ceramics 2. You've already taken Intro to Art, you've already taken Ceramics 1. You could take Ceramics 2 first semester, Ceramics 3 second semester. You could take Ceramics 1 and Drawing 1. You could, all the art classes are semester-only. Okay? Yes, sir. Yes, if you took Spanish in 8th grade for high school credit, that absolutely counts for high school credit here. All right, guys, white sheet. White sheet again, one thing I missed. White sheet, the colored front. Can you see the little blue bubble that was circled? Okay. The question, the young man asked a question about ag. This is what addresses that. If you look in that bubble, because of your class, you have to take the principles. Now understand, is that my decision, our decision? No. It's called a state IDOE, Indiana Department of Education. They're telling us that's what has to happen. We understand it's a little messy because you're right in the middle of it and things got changed. Okay, we'll get through it. It's okay. Will you guys take iStep this year? No. Very good. Some of you listen. All right. Any other questions? Again, we will be in your English class soon. When? I don't know. Hold on just a second. I'll get to it. When exactly we'll be in? It'll be within the next 2 weeks, hopefully. Okay? Talk to your parents. Yellow sheet, 14 X's, bring it to English. Okay, hold on, we got one more question. We're almost done. Say it again. Yeah. You want to know honestly what I do? I just Google 12 points and 4 points. Okay? And it's everywhere. Okay? One other thing that just crossed my mind, guys. On the yellow sheet and when we physically go into Power School, you are requesting a course, and that's it. You're not requesting a teacher. You're not requesting a class period. Okay? Delta High School, we truly have a master schedule based on what you guys say you want. So every year it changes. Sometimes we have a lot of ag power. Sometimes we have a couple sections of it. Sometimes we have a lot of English 111 we're going to go over. Sometimes we only have one section. Okay, so understand, you're not requesting teachers. You're not requesting class periods. You're just saying, I want these 7 courses in my sophomore schedule. Make sense? Yes? Yes. You certainly do. Yes. Yes, intro to ag in 8th grade certainly counts as high school credit. Correct. Okay, I think we just have enough. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
What on you?
Fine arts.
So if I
Okay.
pass every class,
What is considered fine arts? Drawing, intro to 2D, ceramics, painting, drawing. Theater, advanced theater. Mr. Cleveland's class is student media. Those are visual arts, but it falls in the same fine arts, visual arts. Yearbook, newspaper, Eagles Zone News, those fall in there.
So 14 times 3.
I think that's all the ones off the top of my head. Yes.